So, being a Yakuza fan has gotten complicated. Discussions around the series started hitting all kinds of highs and lows, and there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of positivity, some might say toxic positivity. They're both high ends of each other, and after looking at a decent chunk of Reddit posts, yes I know, blasphemy, I noticed some stuff. For example, people are starting to get tired of being a fan due to others being dismissive of certain choices, basically toxic positivity, and all of that is amplified recently with Pirate Yakuza. People say some complaints that are valid and then people act like that person is invisible. But the other side as well, any mention of people saying, I actually love the game, it's a lot of fun, despite it not being great objectively, and then you get sent to the shadow realm by the fun police. There's also an influx of shallow criticism by people just saying, oh, this game sucks because you can't juggle. Oh, this game is a bad remake. They just say it without outright explaining more about what they mean and so on. And not just that, but there's also a lack of deeper engagement. People move on from new releases quickly, especially looking at Ishin Kiwami and Gaiden and Pirate Yakuza. Even if they are not numbered entries outright, it is still talked about because, well, it's numbered and divisive. But Pirate Yakuza especially got the Ishin treatment, maybe even worse because of the negativity. People naturally discuss flaws more because it sparks conversation and rage bait, hence the meta of rage baiting and then that kind of stuff. While agreeing that stuff is good, blindly praising is also a problem in its own way. Criticism is very, very necessary to prevent basically echo chambers, as we are seeing recently. I have my fair share of issues with some of its recent games, especially Pirate Yakuza. And even then, I still think the game is great. Naturally, it is weak compared to the rest of the roster, but it's still a blast. I still remember the guy that pointlessly argued with me in the comments, quote unquote argued. What a dimwit. But yeah, as Yakuza gets more and more bigger, casual fans join in, and it's a staple of any fan base. I'm, just as we said recently, a new fan from 2020. Now that's not new in retrospect, but you get what I mean. I didn't grow up with PS2 or PS3 games like some people, and yeah. That being said, since Yakuza gets bigger, it leads to surface level takes and non-serious discussions and either blind praise or blind hate, one or the other. As for criticism comparisons, you have shit like, this game is slop, this character sucks, and that's it. More constructive stuff would be people actually discussing things like underdeveloped villains, Ebina from Y8, Pirate Yakuza from Raymond from Pirate Yakuza, and especially Queen Michelle. Stuff like discussing how Kiwami 3 could have made 3 infinitely better. Could, not would, but could. We will find out eventually. And the biggest and most important one, the supernatural take, the goofy take. Since Ichiban's games went fully into goof mode, fighting a squid, fighting a shark, fighting whatever, it's getting detrimental. It's bad. Straight up, it's not a good look to the future. Yakuza is goofy, yes, but in the side content, and not in the main story. Or at least to that extent. I can't wait for Yakuza 9 where we fight Sasquatch, you know? Sarcasm, by the way. I don't know, man. It comes down to the two sides of RGG is perfect, and a series is ruined since Nagoshi left. The healthiest space is one where both sides can still be heard and debated. Yakuza's fandom is still relatively healthy compared to others, but everything crumbles under enough pressure, sadly. Frequent releases bring more attention, and more attention means more pressure, and, you know, more pressure means this stuff like that. Here's hoping Stranger Than Heaven will be a turning point, not just for us, but for RGG themselves. They'll lower the game output to 2-year windows at least, and, you know, they won't turn into Ubisoft. But yeah, that's it. See you and bye-bye.
Yeah!